Hi, this is Dharmesh over here, and today I am going to impart the lecture of grade 9th CBSE. Grade 9 CBSE subject Geography. Students, why I have selected this particular topic is just to make you clear that from this particular session, that is 2021-22, the government is planning to move up with the one type of syllabus. The state boards also the same type of syllabus which is going for CBSE. So let me make clear about the concept of this particular chapter. The chapter name is India, Size and Location. Students, the chapter name is chapter number first. It is the very first lesson of Geography 9th standard CBSE school. CBFC affiliated schools, I mean by that, and that particular chapter is of India, size and location. India, size and location, again I mean it, India, size and location. You will be, what the conceptual study about this particular lesson is, what we are going to learn is your past knowledge of particular things which are related to India. For example, we are going to learn about junior classes studies which are most important for locating India. Secondly, the neighboring countries of India, the overall development of India, how India became one of the emerging developed country, and how which are the neighboring countries and what things are there which are quite clear, will be clear to you. Now let me make you clear about some basic concept related to this particular chapter. The basic concept related to this particular chapter are: first, you must be aware of some of the things which you have learned in your earlier classes, that is latitudes, longitudes, right? Indian area-wise size, area-wise, coastline, okay. Then something you must have learned about, you must have heard about some word called as canal, Suez Canal. I hope you must have heard this word, particularly Suez Canal. Next, the most important part which I feel according to the chapter is calculating of time. From this chapter on, we can learn how to calculate time. For example, you are on a particular longitude, you are a particular meridian, and the meridian is having such so and so time. What will be the time ahead of your meridian or behind of your meridian? That will be either you are going to the west side or either you are going to the east side of the meridian, given meridian. So how to calculate time, which I feel is the most important concept of this particular lesson. To be very true, because Indian size, longitudinal wide, latitudinal wide extent, Indian area wise in the world, Indian land occupation in the world, what is the size of which position India is in the world in area wise, these are quite common question which can be easily understood. But to calculate time you need a mathematical calculation. To be very true, it needs a mathematical calculation, and which is the most important part. So let me make it clear that today we are going to brief off the earlier part, then the most important part, calculating of time. So according to the textual part, let me go with in a order. Initially, in the very first paragraph, it is very much given what development, what progress India had made, a remarkable progress in last 55 decades. I mean by decades, everyone is very much clear with the word decade, period of 10 years. Decades, period of 10 years, and century, period of 100 years. So last 5 decades, I can use also the six decade, like in 60 years, India has made remarkable progress in the field of agriculture, in the field of science and technology, in the field of education, in the field of medicine, and in the field of very important economic development. Because initially what we were considered and what we are today, because of this particular progress which has India has made, the most important progress in the field of education, agriculture, and science and technology. Why I mean by these particular three words? Because agriculture, we have now totally food secure country all over the world. Secondly, in education, which we were considered as a primitives, now we are quite ahead of them because all the multinational companies. And in this field of science and technology, you all know that India is a hub of IT center, because all BPOs, outsourcing people, outsourcing multinational company people are engaging Indians in this particular field. So this was just a hint about what India has progressed in last 50 years. Now let me clearly mention the subtopic latitudinal and longitudinal extent. Before moving that, let me make you aware of the globe which we are having, and that globe speaks like that the line which divides the earth into two equal hemispheres is called as equator, and it is 0 degree. Now I will again use the word imaginary line. I will put a stress on this particular word. These are all imaginary lines. No one has gone around the earth and drawn the line. These are all imaginary lines, and the approximately 0 degree imaginary line is called as equator. Then this line which runs from left to right or east to west are called as latitude. They are total 180 numbers. They are total 180 in numbers. That comes to northern side 90 and southern side 90. So from here, if we move, upper side is called as northern side. This will be the latitudes are parallels to each other. They do not intersect each other. Approximately means in all 90 are there in the northern hemisphere. Similarly, 90 are there in southern hemisphere. Why I am taking up the northern part? Why? Because you will come to know when I will explain the things. Why I am taking the northern part. Similarly, there are longitudes on Earth, imaginary longitude passing directly from here, that are from top to bottom, horizontal lines top to bottom are called as longitudes. Okay, running from northern direction to southern direction, they are also called as longitude. Yeah, meridian in some of the books. 0 degree over here, and from towards eastern side it is 180 degree, toward western side it is 180 degree. That comes to 360 longitudes. Make it very clear, this is a recapitulation of your past studies. Longitudes are in all 360 degrees, 360 numbers, and latitudes are 180. Again repeat, 90 on the upper side, that is northern hemisphere, 90 on the southern side, that is lower side, that comes to 180. Similarly, longitudes and meridians are eastern side 180 degree and western side 180 degree, that comes to 360. So this is the rough idea. Now what exact location of India is that is given in your textbook, which is quite clearly mentioned that what exact location you are having in your book, that what is the latitudinal and longitudinal extent of India. Making again, I'm just clearing up the part so that it will be easier for you to locate and see the things which are there. So, exact location of India. India is a country lying entirely in northern hemisphere. So why I use the word and why I designed the upper part, because India is a country which is lying completely in the northern hemisphere. Means we don't have any connection with the south part, we have total connection with the northern part. So from northern India, northern part, if I draw this 180 line, approximately 80 lines, sorry, not this way, if I draw these lines, on another side we have 90 lines, 90 imaginary lines, 90 latitude. So India, where India is exactly, it starts with 8 degree north, 8 degree 4 minutes north to 37 degree, again I am degree, 8 degree 4 minutes north to 37 degree 6 minutes north. It's very clearly given that 8 degrees say we are going to start India, approximately I'm not using the minutes, I'm using the approximate figures. 8 degree to 37 degree, simple, so logical way we will learn it, so that it become, the life become easier to remember. 8 degree to 37 degree. This completely, whenever you are writing north or whenever you are writing south, it means it is always latitudes. Whenever after the degrees you are writing north N or you are writing S, then it is always latitude, and whenever you are writing after the degree E or W, that is east or west, then it is always longitude. So this is the latitudinal extent of India. Let us go with the longitudinal extent. Somewhere here is 0 degree. So India is 68 degree 7 minutes east. 68 degree 7 minutes east to 97 degree 25 minutes east. Now this is also very much clear now that India completely lies in the eastern hemisphere, because we are having this particular part over here that lies completely in the eastern part, EE. So this is the grid, I can use the word, this is the grid in which India approximately lies. This is not a scale map or scale figure, so naturally you will not get a perfect location, but this is how you can say that India lies in this particular box or in this particular grid. So now this is the exact location on a globe or a flat surface map. So now if India is somewhere, we know that not somewhere, it is 100% that is in northern direction, and India is completely in the eastern part of the globe. So this is the perfect location of India. Now let us go what exactly India is and what are the important latitudes and longitudes of India. A rough figure, a rough sketch, I will use the word, because a rough sketch of India map is somewhat over here. Now they are telling that we are having here, this side we are having 68 degree, this side we are having 97 degree, this side we are having 37 degree, and this side we are having 8 degree. That comes to northern direction and this comes to eastern directions. So this is completely India, in which if we calculate that which line divides India into almost two equal parts, which line divides India into almost two equal parts, that is northern India and southern India, then it's a simple mathematical calculation. You have to find the average of these two lines. Average, sorry, 37 and 18, 8. 37 plus 8 comes to 45, that comes to 22.5 degree. If I calculate the minutes also, then it is 23.5 degree north. 23.5 degree north. This line, which is named as Tropic Cancer, divides India almost into two equal parts. The upper part we call as northern India, and the lower part, Peninsula India, we can also call as southern India. So this particular region, this particular part, line divides India almost into two equal parts. Similarly, we have data which shows that Area wise, India, area wise, land boundaries and Andaman and Nicobar, area wise, we consider that India is 3.25 million square kilometer area wise in the world map. In the world land boundaries, we approximately have 29% or 30%, we can consider for a round figure 30% अगर हमारे पास we are having land, then India is having 2.25 million square kilometer land boundary area, which is just 2.4% of world land, which is 3.25 million square kilometer is just 2.4% of the world land, and India ranks 7th in area wise. India ranks 7th in area wise. What exactly I mean by this, that हमारे पास whatever the world is having land, as we all know that world is having only 29 to 30% approximately, I'm taking for a consideration 30% we are having land and 70% we are having water. Out of 30%, only 2.4% is there with the India, and it is 7th in the area wise in world, 7th position in area wise, while the 2nd position in population wise. So here what I want to clear is the density of population. India is having a size is less and the population is more. It's called as a density of India ki density is very high. India's density is very high. So what exactly your new term which you are going to learn is the density of population. Why it is important? Because in your geography itself, this particular word will fall density of population at chapter number 6, population itself. So density of population means in 1 square kilometer number of people resides. For example, in 1 square kilometer 10 people reside, and in 1 square kilometer 100 people reside, then 100 is means the people who are residing in 100 having a more density. So density of the people in India is more compared to other countries, particularly why? Because the size of India is less, area wise India is lesser. Next, we are going to also learn about the land boundaries of India. If I go with the Kandla port, and Kandla se thoda bas aage, at the northern part of Kandla, after completion we move to the Rajasthan, little bit of southern part of Rajasthan. From here we go of this particular land boundary, this particular up to Orissa coastline, ends over there, West Bengal ends over here. That particular part, this area which is here, it's 15,500 kilometers. Why? Because this particular area, this is the coastline boundaries. So this is the land boundary of India. Land boundary of India is 15,700 kilometers, 600 kilometers. Some books have written 600, some books have 700, and the fact figure is 15,200 kilometers. 15,200 kilometers is the land boundary of India, while the coastline boundary of India is 7,516.6 kilometers, including the islands of Lakshadweep and Andaman Nicobar. Including the island of Lakshadweep and Andaman Nicobar, the coastline boundary of India is 7,516.6 kilometers. Guys, this is the complete location, size wise, longitudinal, latitudinal wise, area wise, what is the position of India. This is the pure figure. The concept over here is just you have to locate India in a world map. How to locate? We know, if we know the longitude and latitudinal extent of any place, we can locate any place on the map. Secondly, if we know the size, we can easily say to this particular size of India, particular size of that particular place. Next, coastline boundaries and the land boundaries of India. Guys, this is the only part which is clear, that what exactly India is on world map. But the most important part is calculating time. This is what which I mean, that this is the most important, which I am going to take up the lecture right now. I am going to tell you what and how to calculate time, because you are Many of you may be knowing that this particular place is having time, this particular place is having this, so and so on. Why time is calculated and what is the importance of calculating time? So, moving ahead with this particular thing, we all know that India ka longitude. To be very clear, for calculating time, we need only longitudes. As we have learned in your previous class, day and night is changing of day and night is with the help of longitudes. So longitudes we have total 360, and India is around 68 to 97 के बीच में India is the totally in the eastern hemisphere. So longitudinal action, if I consider this particular part as India, then 97 and 68 ka middle part. Similarly, same what we have taken 20 and a half, same way we will take up the line, and the line is 82.30 degree east is the standard meridian of India, which passes from Mirzapur, Allahabad. You can easily remember this particular place, passing from Allahabad, Mirzapur, Uttar Pradesh, and this particular part line is considered the IST, Indian Standard Time, and the time which is followed over here is the time followed over here in Arunachal Pradesh, the time followed over here in Gujarat. Same time is followed. Watches will show the same time. Otherwise, there is a difference of around 30 degrees. 97 to 68, if I go around 30 degree ka difference, then the time, there should be a time gap. But why time gap is not there? Because we followed the time which is there on this particular meridian, this particular longitude. The same time is followed towards east and the same time is followed towards west. Now why, what is the need for this particular thing? Why? Naturally guys, if we don't follow the time which is there on the IST, then there will be a great fumble, there will be a great problem. Why? Because suppose on this year it's something like 6 o'clock in the morning, then naturally Arunachal Pradesh will be having around 8 o'clock in the morning. Why? Because the sun rises from the east, so naturally these people will see the sun first, and their time starts earlier. These people will see some sun around 2 hours late, their time start little bit late. In that case, if I move from here to Arunachal Pradesh by taking a flight, then if I were to reach Arunachal Pradesh by 9 o'clock, I will take my time over here. And if I reach over there, it will be a 2 hours gap. Already there will be more time. I have crossed my limits. So this, to create, not to create confusion in the time, this particular meridian is taken as a standard meridian for calculating time. Now, how to calculate time? That is the very important. Students, very simple logical part. Ekdam simple part hai. Just think logically. We are having 24 hours into 60. Right? 60 minutes. 24 into 60. We do have this particular part. Let me make your life little bit easier. Simply going with a messy calculation, let me make you little bit easier. We all know that from 0 to 1 degree, if the earth rotates anyway, is to west, 1 degree, from 1 to 2, and from 2 to 3, and so on. When the earth rotates, due to speed of the earth, it takes around 4 minutes. I repeat, to rotate 1 degree, it takes 4 minutes. To rotate 1 degree, it takes 4 minutes. In short, I can tell that whatever the number of degrees are there, if you multiply, the time minutes will be in that 4 minutes. So from 1 to 2, from 0 to 1, 4 minutes. From 1 to 2, 4. From 2 to, from 0 to 3, I will take 12 minutes. and India is having a gap of 30 degrees. Suppose there was no IST. Just imagine there was no IST, there was no Indian Standard Time. Then in 68 degree east, the time is 12 p.m. What will be your time at 97 degree east? Then naturally at 68 to 97, if I distinguish, it comes around 29 degree. Okay, around 29 degree पक्का है. If 1 degree, if I take 1 degree के लिए 4 minutes, then for 29 minutes I will take 29 into 4. Let me make you 30 degree कर देता हूँ, so that it will be more easier for you. So that comes to 120 minutes, that comes to 2 hours. 120 minutes means 2 hours. Suppose here it is 12 p.m, here it will be 2 p.m. Now why 2 and not why 10? Question arises, why sir 2 only? Why not 10 p.m? 2 hours का gap है ना, 2 can be from this side also, 2 can be this side also. Why we added only? That's the question which I need to answer. That whenever the given time k, if we are moving towards the eastern part, then time is always plus. In a given part, if we are moving to the eastern part, then time is always plus. In a given longitude, we are moving to western part, time is always minus. Hence, I can easily make you, staying at India, I can easily make you clear that the time of Australia will be more ahead of us, and the time of London will be behind us, because Australia is eastern side while London is a western side. So this is the most important concept, that for moving 1 degree, Earth, to rotate 1 degree, Earth needs 4 minutes. To rotate 1 degree, Earth needs 4 minutes. So that is the most important part. And then if we are moving to the eastern part, it will be, time will be going ahead, and if we are moving to the western part, time will be going behind you. And to avoid the confusion, we have taken standard meridian as 82 degree 30 minutes east as a standard meridian of India, so that there will be no confusion of time. So this what I mean by this particular lecture. You can have many things related to this. Glossary are there, only glossary part. Technically all terms are quite aware with you, which are given in your textbook. Coastline, you know what is the coastline part, you know the land boundary, you know the decade part, I already explained. Density, come to know, but hardly there are any few words which makes your life terrible. Anyhow, this is the only beginning. The remaining part of the lesson is still pending. Thank you very much.